Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another follow along workout. Today I'm going to take you through 15 minutes of arms, back and shoulders. We're going to start with a 4-minute warm up followed by a 10-minute main circuit and then some stretches at the end to work on our upper body mobility and also improving our posture. Now if you're looking for a low impact workout, there's no jumping and jarring here, so this is also going to be great for you. Alright, let's get straight into it. We're going to start with warm up. We've got 4 different exercises here. We're going to do 30 seconds of each exercise twice through for a total of 4 minutes. Exercise number 1 is a squat side reach. So we're going to bring our feet into a squat position, a little bit wider than hip width apart, toes pointing out slightly. We're going to squat it down, bottom back, weight through your heels. As you stand up, you're going to reach one arm up above your head, leaning over to the side, looking up to the ceiling, squatting it back down, reaching over to the other side. All right, next exercise is a plank twist. So we're going to come down into our plank position. Have your feet a little bit wider here, pressing those fingertips down and pulling the belly button in. We're going to reach fingertips up to the sky, twisting. So now you're resting on the sides of your feet, coming back to plank and then going the opposite way. Exercise number 3 is chest openers. So we're going to stand nice and wide with the feet here, reaching the arms out, thumbs back, and then pressing the thumbs back, really opening through the chest. And our final exercise is a tabletop touch. So we're going to come down onto the ground, feet flat in front. Now you can choose to do this on knuckles if you do suffer from any wrist pain. Otherwise you're going to place your palms flat on the ground, fingers pointing back. We're going to lift up the bottom. You're going to touch opposite hand to toe, change sides, touching the other side. If you'd like an easier variation here, we're just going to come into tabletops. So lowering the bottom, pressing the hips up. All right, so there are our 4 exercises. Remember, I'm going to be your timekeeper, so keep up with me. We're going to start with exercise number 1, squat side reach in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So remember, when you squat down, we want to sit back into the heels. So the more you can weight bear through the heels, the more we're going to activate the back chain, so your hamstrings and your glutes, and there's going to be less pressure through the knee joint. Try and squeeze your knees out as you stand up. Nice big reach up and over. So this is an upper body workout. So I want you to focus on your upper body here. So feeling that big stretch down the side of your body. 3, 2, 1. All right, coming into our plank twist. So feet a little bit wider here. Rolling out onto the outer edges of your feet. Try and draw your belly button in. Stay nice and strong. Really pressing through your bottom arms. So try and keep your neck nice and long, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. 3, 2, 1. All right, standing up, coming into chest openers. So have your stance with your feet a little bit wider here. Pressing the thumbs back, so your palms should be pointing upwards. Taking some nice deep breaths here as well. So warming up our breathing. 3, 2, 1. All right, coming down into our tabletop touch. So opposite hand and foot. Got to find your balance here. Really pressing through your heel of that grounded foot to give you support. Now, if you can't do this option, we're going down and up with the hips, so regular tabletops. You can also be up on knuckles if you do feel any discomfort in your wrists. 3, 2, 1. All right, standing up, coming into our squat side reach. So as you squat down, try and keep your hands in front of you. That's going to make it easier to sit your bottom back. And then as you stand up, big reach up and over your head. Try and look up to the ceiling, so you're turning your chest upwards. See if you can reach a little bit further. 3, 2, 1. All right, coming into our plank twist. So nice strong core here. Draw your belly button in. Press your fingertips down into your mat. So we're removing any pressure in the wrists. Look up to the ceiling as you twist. 3, 2, 1. All right, coming into our chest openers, feet out nice and wide. So this is a nice way to open up the chest, of course. Give us a little bit more mobility through the shoulders. So make sure those thumbs are pointing back, palms up to the sky. 3, 2, 1. All right, coming into our last exercise, our tabletop touch. So opposite hand to foot. Try and roll your shoulders back, chest up, pressing through your heels. Remembering if you can't do this one, you're coming into regular tabletop. You've got it, last little bit. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, great job, guys. Grab a sip of water if you need it. And I'm going to take you through our main circuit. We have 5 different exercises today. We're going to do 45 seconds of each exercise with a 15-second rest in between. And we're going to do this circuit twice through. Exercise number 1 is a push-up reach. So we're going to come down into a plank position, pushing the fingertips down into the ground, drawing the belly button in, lowering belly and chest down to the ground, reaching arms up above your head, bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders, and then pressing back up to plank. If you can't do a full push-up, we're going to drop down to knees, reach, and then press up back to knees. All right, exercise number 2 is a tricep dip. So we're going to flip over here, sitting on our bottom, feet flat in front of us. This time we're going to be placing our hands behind us, but fingertips pointing towards our toes. We're going to roll the shoulders back, press the chest up, and then pick the bottom up off the floor. Lifting one foot up, we're going to lower down by bending the elbows, kiss the ground with your bottom, press it back up, open through the chest. Halfway through our 45 seconds, we're going to swap legs. All right, exercise number 3 is lying wipers. So we're going to flip over onto our belly. We're going to press the forehead down onto the ground, fingertips behind your ears, and lifting the elbows as high as you can. We're going to stretch the arms out nice and wide, bring the fingers back behind the ears, reaching out again. All right, exercise number 4 is a down dog push-up. So we're going to come into downward dog. So making sure you spread those fingers out nice and wide, lengthen through the spine by lifting your sitting bones up to the sky, and then pressing the heels down to the ground. If you need to, you can bend the knees here to keep the spine straight. We're going to bend the elbows, aiming to get the crown of the head down towards the ground between our hands, and then pressing back up. Now, if you can't do the full option, we're going to press halfway and up. So really important with this exercise to keep your shoulders open. So don't let your shoulders creep forward and do your push-ups this way. We want to push it back so we're really working those shoulders. All right, and our last exercise is a Spider-Man press back. So we're going to come down into an elbow plank position here. Knee to tricep, push it back with the shoulders just like we did in down dog. Then bring the opposite knee to other side, press it back and change. If you can't do this option, we're going to stay with an elbow plank press back. All right, so there are your 5 exercises. Remember, we're doing this circuit twice through. Let's get ready to do our first exercise, push-up reach, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We've got 45 seconds here. So I really want you to make sure your core is nice and tight here. So no saggy back. You shouldn't be feeling anything in your lower back. Remember, you have the option to modify, dropping down to your knees, reaching arms up above your head. So this exercise is not only working our chest, but also our back as we reach when we're lying down on the floor. That's it, stay with me. You've got 10 seconds. Keep it strong, belly button in. Your belly button should be the first thing to lift off the ground. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, shake out those arms. All right, so we're coming into our tricep dips now. Remember, we're going to do half of the time on one leg, half of the time on the other leg. Fingertips should be pointing forward. Rolling the shoulders back. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So every time you press up, really try and press your chest up to the sky as well. So don't let yourself collapse here. Keep everything open. Good. Bottom just kisses the ground here. So nice and strong through the arms. Changing legs now. Remember to breathe. Shoulders rolling back. 10 seconds, you're almost there. Keep your gaze up to the sky. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, shake it out. So we're going to come down into those lying wipers now. All right, remember, keep your forehead down on the ground. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So arms are lifted, elbows lifted. Try and squeeze your bottom and your feet together so we're anchoring the lower body down to the ground. As you reach out, I want you to try and guide your thumbs up to the sky as well. So this is going to help to create external rotation in the shoulders. We're going to activate the upper back with that movement. Good, keep it up, you've got it. We've got 10 seconds. So feeling that upper back work. Keep your neck long here. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. 3, 2, 1, good. Relaxing. Shake out those arms. All right, so we're coming into our downward dog push-up now. All right, setting up your downward dog. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So try and look down to the center of your mat, and you want to aim to get the crown of your head in that space in between your hands. Don't worry, you don't need to come all the way down. Just go as far as you can, even if that's a quarter of the way or half of the way. And then pushing up, pushing back to your downward dog. Keep it strong. Try and keep your neck long, so pulling those shoulders away from your ears. You'll hear me saying that a lot. We want to make sure we're not overactivating the neck muscles. Almost there. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Woo, that was a killer. All right, last exercise for this circuit. So we have our Spider-Man press back. All right, really shake those arms out. So coming into your elbow plank, getting ready. 3, 2, 1, knee to tricep, then press it back, just like you did in downward dog. If you can't do the full Spider-Man, you're just doing elbow plank press back. So really press your forearms down into the ground. As you come forward to your elbow plank, try and look up to the top of your mat. That's it, keep your neck long. You've got it, 10 seconds here. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1, time. Big shake with those arms. We're coming up to the second round here. So we're going to come back to exercise number 1 and our push-up reach. Hopefully you're feeling those arms. I know I am. All right, let's get ready. Starting in your plank. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So at any point you feel you can't do the full plank variation, feel free to drop down to your knees. Remember, technique is always the most important aspect of your exercises. Keeping your neck long. Try and draw your belly button up off the ground first before you push up. So we really want to activate that core. We got 10 seconds. All the way, don't stop now. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Shake it out. All right, working on our tricep dips now. So really focusing on the back of the arms here. So finding your seat, fingers pointing towards toes. Roll the shoulders back. Let's push it up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So really try and roll your shoulders back, and every time you push up, press your chest up to the ceiling. Now, if you can't do this with your foot lifted, feel free to bring both feet down to the ground. You'll be more supported here. 3, 2, 1. Changing sides of the legs now. That's it. Big breaths here. Don't forget to breathe. You've got it. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Resting. Shake out those arms. All right, next exercise is our lying wipers. We're going to be working that upper back. So those muscles are really important to improve our posture. All right, lying down, forehead on the ground. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squeeze your bottom, squeeze your feet together. Keep your neck long, so draw your shoulders away from the ears. Don't let them creep up. Keep those elbows lifted. And as you extend your arms, try and turn your thumbs up towards the sky. So really working on those upper back muscles, the muscles in between your shoulder blades. That's it. You've got it. Keep it up. We're almost there. 10 seconds. Come on. Big reach. Get those elbows high. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Good. All right. Coming into those down dog push-ups. This one's the tricky one. All right. Coming into downward dog. Spread those fingers wide. Remember, you can bend the knees here if you need to. We want to keep a long spine. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So as you push back to your downward dog, make sure your head is in between your arms. We don't want to come out to plank. We want to make sure we're pressing back to downward dog. So bottom up to the sky. If you need to, we're only doing half presses. So lowering down only as far as you can go, keeping good technique. You've got it. Stay with me. Few more reps here. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good, shake it out. We've got one more exercise. So coming into our Spider-Man press back. So we're starting in elbow plank. Now make sure your elbows are a little bit narrower here. We don't want them to creep out too wide. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Press it back. Good. Now, if you can't do the Spider-Man, remember, you're just doing elbow plank press back. Keep it strong. Every time you come forward to plank, look up at the top of your mat and then pull your shoulders away from your ears. You've got this. Stay with me. Last little bit of effort here. See how many more reps you can do, hitching those hips up to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, shaking out those arms. Now, if you want a little bit more of a burn, feel free to rewind this video back to the start of this circuit and go through for 2 more times. Otherwise, we're going to come straight into stretches. You're going to lie down onto your belly, arms out into cactus. We're going to press the elbows up towards the top of your mat. Bending your right leg, use your right hand to push you over, resting your left ear down on the ground. Now remember how I mentioned these stretches are going to be focused on posture. We're going to be stretching through the front of the body. After all the sitting that we do in the day, a lot of us can feel quite hunched over, and this can really tighten up our chest. So the more stretches we can do for the front of our body, the better our posture will be. If you want to, you can reach your right fingertips up to the sky. And for those of you who want even more of a stretch here, try and reach for your foot behind you and then kick your foot out and back behind you. So a nice way to open up the front body. Taking one more breath and then slowly releasing, coming back to center. Bring those arms back to cactus. Pushing elbows up towards the top of your mat. Bending left leg this time, coming into our twist. Relax the right ear down onto the ground. Remembering to breathe. So our chest muscles are really close to our rib cage. So the more you can breathe and expand that rib cage, the more you're going to allow your upper body muscles to relax and release into these stretches. If you want to, you can reach your left fingertips up to the sky. And then if you want that advanced stretch option, reaching back for your foot, kicking the foot back behind you, opening through the chest. One more breath. And then slowly coming back to center. All right, pressing your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to come back to child's pose just for a moment. So bottom to heel, shake your shoulders left to right. And then we're slowly going to crawl those fingertips forward and come into puppy pose. So armpits down towards the ground. You can look up towards your fingers, or you can even create two little teepees with the hands. This is going to help you to get a bit deeper into this shoulder stretch. Take those big breaths. Sinking armpits down, sinking your chest down. If you need to, crawl your fingertips a little bit further away from your body to get even deeper here. Taking one more breath. And then slowly releasing. We're going to come into a seated position. So our final stretch here. It looks a little bit funny, but it's such a good shoulder release. So you're going to split your legs out nice and wide. We're going to bring our hands in front, so palms facing towards you, fingernails pointing out. Then we're going to guide those fingernails so they're pointing in towards each other, all the way until the tops of our hands are touching. And then I'm going to get you to get your hands into the outer sides of your rib cage. We're going to guide the elbows to the inside of the knees, and then slowly dipping the head and then squeezing the knees together, guiding those elbows closer. Now, if this is a little bit too tricky for you, feel free to just come into an easy sit, and you can do one hand at a time. So palm facing towards you, then guiding the top of your hand into the side of your rib cage, gripping onto your elbow, dipping the head, rounding. So the aim here is to get your elbows closer to midline, so closer together or closer to the center. Dip the head, round the upper back. Feel free to have a little bit of a rest in between. You can try that single arm option as well, so whatever works for you. Now this stretch is excellent for targeting the rotator cuff muscles. So if you suffer from shoulder injuries, especially tight rotator cuffs, this is a great stretch. So your rotator cuff muscles are located in your shoulder joint. They're the tiny muscles that hold your shoulder joint together. So it's really important to stretch them out. All right, taking one more breath wherever you are. And then slowly releasing, giving everything a nice big shake. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed that upper body burner as much as I did. Can't wait to see you next time.